Thinking is the talking of the soul with itself. Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything. One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Dictatorship naturally arises out of democracy, and the most aggravated form of tyranny and slavery out of the most extreme liberty. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. A hero is born among 100, a wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. We are twice armed if we fight with faith. Love is a serious mental disease. A good decision is based on knowledge and not on numbers. There is no harm in repeating a good thing. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Music is the movement of sound to reach the soul for the education of its virtue. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. Rhetoric is the art of ruling the minds of men. He who commits injustice is ever made more wretched than he who suffers it. Honesty is for the most part less profitable than dishonesty. No one is a friend to his friend who does not love in return. Life must be lived as play. If a man neglects education, he walks lame to the end of his life. Cunning is but the low mimic of wisdom. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. Nothing in the affairs of men is worthy of great anxiety. The man who makes everything that leads to happiness depends upon himself and not upon other men has adopted the very best plan for living happily. This is the man of moderation, the man of manly character and of wisdom. Better a little which is well done than a great deal imperfectly. He who is of calm and happy nature will hardly feel the pressure of age, but to him who is of an opposite disposition, youth and age are equally a burden. Any man may easily do harm, but not every man can do good to another. To suffer the penalty of too much haste, which is too little speed. The punishment which the wise suffer who refuse to take part in the government is to live under the government of worse men. Wonder is the feeling of the philosopher, and philosophy begins in wonder. Justice means minding one's own business and not meddling with other men's concerns. No law or ordinance is mightier than understanding. No evil can happen to a good man, either in life or after death. Knowledge which is acquired under compulsion obtains no hold on the mind. Ignorance of all things is an evil neither terrible nor excessive, nor yet the greatest of all. But great cleverness and much learning, if they be accompanied by a bad training, are a much greater misfortune. When a benefit is wrongly conferred, the author of the benefit may often be said to injure. When there is an income tax, the just man will pay more and the unjust less on the same amount of income. As the builders say, the larger stones do not lie well without the lesser. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. We do not learn, and what we call learning is only a process of recollection. All the gold which is under or upon the earth is not enough to give in exchange for virtue. The excessive increase of anything causes a reaction in the opposite direction. It is a common saying, and in everybody's mouth, that life is but a sojourn. Then not only an old man, but also a drunkard becomes a second time a child. The curse of me and my nation is that we always think things can be bettered by immediate action of some sort, any sort, rather than no sort. No one ever teaches well who wants to teach, or governs well who wants to govern. Those who intend on becoming great should love neither themselves nor their own things, but only what is just, whether it happens to be done by themselves or others. I've hardly ever known a mathematician who was capable of reasoning. Poets utter great and wise things which they do not themselves understand. One man cannot practice many arts with success. He who steals a little steals with the same wish as he who steals much, but with less power. hardly any human being is capable of pursuing two professions or two arts rightly. There must always remain something that is antagonistic to good